Baseball. What do you guys expect from pitching this season? What are we looking at?
Well, last year that was one of our key areas that we really performed well in. I mean, you look at KU baseball the last 5-10 years, and they've really that's the thing. I mean, they've had a great offense. I mean, you look 2 years ago, 3 years ago. We've had some great offensive players come here, Eric Metcalf, but the pitching has always struggled. But last year, you had Kodiak Quick, you had Don Ches. I mean, you just had so many great pitchers, three great weekend pitchers, and that's one of the reasons we made the Big 12 tournament. Now this year, all three of those guys are gone. Offensive side, you got so many people gone, but it's going to be kind of a rebuilding year. I mean, you look, it kind of reminds me of the football team a little bit. I mean, you have so many seniors leaving, have so many people coming in. You really don't know what to expect. I mean, Zach Ashwood, the guy was from TCU last year, only like a 5.15 ERA, and now we expect him to be our ace in the Big 12 conference. And the guy got beat by South Dakota State too up at the Metrodome. Now, granted, that game they played at 1:30 in the morning because of scheduling difficulties. They had to reschedule it from here, but. I'm not too confident about this. I think they're going to get better as the season goes along, but I think we could struggle. We're playing Stanford in a week, and that's a very, very solid baseball program. And and these guys are going to have to grow up quickly. Nick Ches, the younger brother of Don Ches, I mean, he's shown some flashes of being a great pitcher, but I mean, until he can do it consistently, you really don't know what to expect.
I think you're right in not being confident because we have a lot of young pitchers this year, and I think the thing you can expect to see is some inconsistency. I mean, we have like maybe three upperclassmen pitchers, I believe, two to watch, Andres Escobar and Ryotaro Hayakawa. But we have two sophomores that have really stepped up so far in this season, I think. Andy Marks, who pitched six strong innings for the win in his first game and went 7 shutout innings in his second start. And Paul Smith, who got one of the saves over the South Dakota State games. And I mean, with that young pitching, you're going to see some inconsistency. So I think that is what you can expect from the KU pitching this year.
Who do you think is going to be the overall impact player this season? Who should we be watching? Who's going to step up? What's going on?
I'm going to have to say Eric Morrison. And look at the box scores from the last couple of games, it doesn't make any sense why this guy's batting fifth. I mean, if you look at all the power guys in the Big 12, I mean, Texas University has a couple of them, the younger brother of Drew Stubbs. And, Eric Morrison, I think he was top 3 in the Big 12 last year in home runs as a junior. There's talk of him leaving after this year to go to the Major League Baseball draft. And this guy's batting fifth. I mean, Preston Land is hitting before him. I mean, it's really kind of confusing. Now, granted, we haven't really gotten to the top part of our schedule at all yet. I mean, Hawaii Hilo, that's not that great of a team. So maybe Coach Price is just kind of, mix matching the lineups a little bit to see what he can do. But I really think Eric Morrison, if he can get his average up a little bit, last year he only hit 253. But for a cleanup hitter, though, I mean, you don't really have to have that great of an average. I think he's going to be up there. I think you got to look at John Allman, too. I mean, that guy was one of our high average guys last year. He was only a sophomore. He's coming back. He's going to be even better. And a guy who's really impressed you is Kyle Murphy. I mean, before the season, Coach Price said this guy, if he hits just 250, he'll be happy. He's such a great defensive player. He said he wins games out in center field. But, Kyle Murphy so far has been the surprise player this season. I mean, against South Dakota State, the guy was pretty much on fire. Hit over 500 in just that one series. So if he can keep it up, I think we're going to have a really strong outfield.
Well, I think another player you have to throw in there to stay the KU family and the coach's family with that Price name that always produces such great athletes. You need to look at Bryan Price, who already has two home runs in only these 8 games and always a consistent fielder in the middle infield. And I mean, you have to look at how his father coaches and how he always talks about consistent play. And I think you can see him to maybe be the anchor of that team and hold them together, maybe see some excellent performances from the other guys in games when they need to step up.
Personally, I think Eric Morrison is the player to watch this year. He's moved positions from third base to shortstop, and we'll see how that transition will be. He did produce at the bottom of our lineup last year, so with some extra at bats, moving up in the middle of the lineup, I look for him to produce. But he's started, I think, since a freshman, so this is his third time around. So, I see big things from him.